Hello students, in this lecture we are going to study about the next practical, which is study of operational amplifier as inverting amplifier and non-inverting amplifier. So in the single experiment we are going to study the two different types. Alright, so what is the main objective of or main aim or target of this experiment is to study the op-amp as inverting amplifier and as a non-inverting amplifier. Now while doing this practical, which are the apparatus we are going to use? For example, the first thing is you need a experimental board. After that, digital multimeter, signal generator, and CRO. So all these are the devices or components we are going to use while doing this practical. After that, the very important thing is there, which is circuit diagram. While performing any kind of practical, you should be aware of the circuit diagram. Here we are going to study the practical, that is op-amp as inverting and non-inverting amplifier. So when it comes to op-amp, we know we are using a IC741. Correct. So IC741 is nothing but a operational amplifier IC. And here we are using the same IC to perform or to check whether it works as an inverting as well as non-inverting amplifier or not. All right. So as you can see the diagram, in diagram, there are two terminal of op-amp, inverting terminal and non-inverting terminal. As you can see, the non-inverting terminal is connected to the ground, and whatever the input we are going to apply, we are going to apply that input to the inverting terminal, that is pin number 2 of IC. Okay, pin number 3 is connected to the ground. What is pin number 6? Pin number 6 is your output voltage, that is also connected to the some point where we are going to measure the output. So here we have a feedback resistor RF in between pin number 2 and pin number 6. So RF is nothing but a feedback resistor. To pin number 7 we have plus VCC, pin number 4 have minus VCC. All right. So this is what is the diagram of op-amp as inverting amplifier. Okay, whenever we are talking about inverting amplifier, note this thing, in case of inverting, input is applied to the inverting terminal only. Okay, as we know we are studying a inverting amplifier, the input, see here, this is the input and that input is applied to the inverting terminal. Correct. So this is a potentiometer. With the help of this potentiometer we can just vary the input voltage. Correct. After that, this is the diagram of non-inverting. The entire diagram is as it is, there is just a slight change, and that change is the position of input. So input is applied to the positive terminal, so this is your positive terminal and this is a negative terminal. Input, as you can see, this potentiometer is connected to the positive terminal, that is non-inverting terminal, and that is why this configuration is called as a non-inverting amplifier. All right, the entire diagram is as it is. After that, the procedure, what we have to do, or which things we have to follow while performing this practical. So the first thing is that the observe the experimental board, calculate the values of resistors using the color code, and verify the values using DMM. So whenever we start the practical, what we have to do, first of all, on that observation board, or sorry, circuit board, there are multiple resistors. As we can see in this diagram, this is one resistor, this is potentiometer, this is one resistor, this is second resistor. So we have to measure the values of those resistors with the help of color code. Once we are done with the color code, we have to check, or we have to cross check the values with the help of digital multimeter. All right. After that, we have to turn on the power supply and measure the dual supply voltages with respect to ground. So we are saying that plus VCC and minus VCC, two things are there. So we need to make sure ki plus VCC should be same. It should be it should be as same as that we have set it. Okay. After that, minus VCC should be also equal to the set voltage. After that, we have to connect the supply to the potentiometer, either positive or negative, only one at the time. Okay, and measure the maximum range of the variable voltage. So by providing voltage, we have to measure the, we have to vary the input voltage, and we have to check the entire range, maximum range. After that, connect the circuit diagram for an inverting amplifier as shown in the circuit diagram first. So as we have seen this first diagram, according to this diagram, we have to make the connections. Okay. Now calculate the theoretical value of voltage gain. We know the formula. I'll explain what is that formula and how to calculate the value of voltage gain theoretically. After that, apply the DC voltage with the help of DMM. calculate the voltage gain with the theoretical value, carry the input DC voltage, sorry, vary the input DC voltage for values in step between 0.5 for the both positive and negative inputs, and repeat the same procedure. What we are going to what we are going to do is that we have potentiometer at the input, so we are going to vary that potentiometer now by the step of 0.5 volt. Okay, and we have to repeat the same process for the different values of R1 and Rin available in the board and tabulate the result. So we have to perform this same procedure for the different values of R1 and Rin for the inverting configuration of op amp, and we have to write those values in a table, observation table. Now, what we have to do for the non-inverting amplifier, in case of non-inverting amplifier, connect the circuit for the non-inverting amplifier as shown in the second diagram. Calculate the theoretical value of voltage gain, apply DC voltage of a suitable value to the input, and measure the corresponding output with the help of DME. Okay, all these three steps are same as that of your inverting configuration. Now this comes very important portion, observations. Okay, there are two different tables for the observation, inverting amplifier and non-inverting amplifier. So in case of inverting amplifier, we have two resistors, R in and RF. Okay, so we have to take four different combinations, as we have two different input entries, R in and RF. According to the combination of R in and RF, we have to measure the V in. Okay, so whatever the V in we are going to apply, we need to measure that. And after that, this is the expected voltage gain, that is theoretically with the help of formula what you have calculated. So this is the voltage you have calculated, and this is the observe, that is by practical, by doing a practical, what is the output voltage you have observed. This will be in the last column. Okay, so see here, for the first combination Rin and RF, when Rin is 10, RF is 20, my V in is 2, and as per the formula I should get minus 4 volt at the output, but actually how much I am getting, it is 4.4. Okay, so all these values are negative, correct? So this is quite close, that is why we can just say that the answer is correct. For the combination of 20, RN20, RF40, my input is 1.5, and for this input I should get 3 volt, minus 3 volt at output, and by doing a practical thing I am getting 2.9, which is also very close, so that we can say that this is a correct. Likewise, we have to do it the same procedure for the remaining combinations of RN and RF. This is what is the observation table for the inverting amplifier. All right, after that, for the non-inverting amplifier, what we are going to have, again the same rule. All right, so see here, I'll explain one more thing. In case of inverting amplifier, I'll explain one more thing. Expected voltage gain can be calculated as which is equal to minus RF upon Rin. Okay, so minus RF, that is, what is RF? 20. We will solve for the first case. So what is RF? It is a 20. What is Rin? Rin is 10. Correct? Rin is 10. It will get multiplied with the input voltage V in. Correct? So V in is what? It is 2. So I'm explaining how this 4 is here. Correct? So this 10, 20, what will happen? This 2 will get cancelled. 0, 0 will get cancelled. 2 into 2 is 4. And this negative sign is as it is. This is how this minus 4 is the expected voltage gain for the combination of Rin and RF, that is 10 as to 20. When my input voltage is 2, I am going to get my output voltage is equal to 4. I hope everybody understood. So basic thing is what we have to do here. For the inverting amplifier, there is a formula of V out. V out is equal to minus RF. Here I have written the formula, minus RF upon Rin into V in. Okay, if they ask to calculate the voltage gain, so what will happen? This V in will be go on other side, that is V out upon V in, which is equal to minus RF upon Rin. Okay, so this is all it is. Likewise, you can just calculate the remaining expected voltage gains. In case of non-inverting amplifier, everything is remains same. It's just that the formula for the expected voltage gain is going to be changed. Now what is the formula? AV, that is voltage gain, is equal to 1 plus feedback resistor divided by input resistor. Alright, what is the formula? 1 plus Rf upon Rin. Now if you put the value of Rf and Rin, you will get the voltage gain. Correct? So this column can be filled with this formula by applying the formula to the input values. Correct? And the last column, observation, can be filled with the help of actual doing a practical things. For the different combination of R in and RF, and whatever the input you are going to apply, according to that you are going to get your expected as well as observed output voltage. Note one thing, that expected and observed voltage gain should not be have a very large difference. See here, this is 3, this is 3.3, so there's a difference of 0.3 only. Correct? If the expected is 3, my observed should not be equal to 4 or 5 or 2 point, like it should not be far away from the 3. Correct? Plus minus deviation is slightly allowed, but it should not, the difference should not be very high. Likewise, you can just take 4 other readings. All right. Now, what is this? These are the procedure steps of the non-inverting amplifier, which we have like here we have studied only 3. The remainings are listed here. Evaluate the voltage gain and verify it with the theoretical value. I told you, evaluate this and verify this with the observed value. Where the input DC voltage for the values of the step 0.5, you can just change this as per your convenience. If the first is 1, make it the difference of 0.5, that will be 1.5. Again the difference of 0.5, it will be 2, again 2.5. So likewise with the step of 0.5, you can just change your input voltage. After that, repeat the same procedure for the different values of RF and RIN available on the board and tabulate the result. Now, there comes the interesting portion of the entire calculation, which is calculation. Correct. Now, what we are going to do in the calculation, whatever I have showed you here. So this thing, okay, this thing, you have to do this calculation for each and every reading, so that what does that mean? There are 4 calculation and here there are 4 calculation, total 8 calculations will be there. Correct? So this is how you have to perform the calculation part, and at the very last what you have to do, you have to write the result. What is the result? We have studied operational as a inverting as well as non-inverting amplifier successfully. Correct? So this is all about your experiment, which is op-amp as a inverting as well as non-inverting amplifier. Everybody, I hope everybody understood the practical. If not, you can just reach to me, and we'll see the next practical maybe in next lecture.